Hi guys, this is Derek from Pacific Coast Auto, and today we're looking at a 2001 Mercedes-Benz CL600 Lorniser version. And this one is an official version, not just Lorniser body parts put onto it, and so that is an aftermarket manufacturer of complete cars. Has a 5.5 liter V12 engine, and I have to say, Lorniser says, according to a sticker on the back, powered by Lorniser, it says they don't have any engine cover on here. I don't know if any engine modifications have been done to the Lorniser version. Obviously, it has a lot of Lorniser parts inside and outside, which I'll show you in just a sec, but I don't know if the 365 horsepower is boosted higher. That was the original stock horsepower of the V12 version. 365 is nothing to laugh at. If there's more than that, then that's great, but I don't really know. Anyway, let's take a look. Engine looks like it runs just fine. Coolant is good. Oil can't be checked because Mercedes-Benz doesn't want people working on their own cars. And so you need to have your own dipstick to put in there. Kind of weird. It has air suspension on it with ride height level control. So you can lower it and raise it if you want. I'm not sure if Lorniser has done anything to aftermarket modify that, but as you can see, the vehicle is quite low and has those iconic fan wheels from the Lornisers. Okay, we'll go over auction sheet, interior, exterior, but first off, let's close here. Whoa, slipped off my hand. And aftermarket grille, I believe that one is Lorniser because it's the white grille. You have the badge here. I guess I'll go over those things in just a sec. First off, auction sheet. Pardon me, I said 5.5. I'm thinking BMW's 5.8 liter. A V12 engine, 2001 Mercedes-Benz CL600. It says here Lorniser version of the car, and it still has registration on it here in Japan. Auction grade 4B with 70,838 kilometers on it. Original white. The SRS, ABS, ESP, BAS, and engine check lamps are on, but then they crossed out a whole bunch that aren't actually on. I feel like these ones are come and go style lamps, as is kind of common on the Mercedes-Benz vehicles. This one had a dead battery, and Mercedes-Benz cars, especially these larger ones, really don't like dead batteries, and they'll make the electronics finicky until you replace it with a good battery and reset the system. That's what my guess is for that. It has a couple of things inside that are a little bit weird, like the sunroof doesn't like to close properly. It likes to, instead of close, go up into the tilt form, and then the back blind doesn't go down. I guess you can't see it because it's a tinted window. In the trunk has something special. You have to wait and see what it is. Okay, so when you see stuff like this on the auction sheet, the car's going to sell for less because it adds more risk to it. It says the AC doesn't work. The fan did not work on the AC, so I don't know if it's the AC or just the fan. Probably just the fan. Okay, inside the trunk has in the trunk main switch. Okay, so there's a switch inside for turning battery on and off. Kind of weird. Okay, in the trunk has an audio, and I'm going to show you what that looks like. It's pretty weird, pretty wild. Let's see. Wheels have scrapes on them. They're actually really light scraping. I'll show you the worst one. And the worst one is, strangely, on the driver's side. Here. There is a little bit more, like the one here is a little bit longer, but less deep. And so, there also is bonus brakes, really awesome bonus brakes that the seller didn't mention on here that are not part of the Lorniser kit. Okay, ESP, BAS, ABS lamps are on. I guess they crossed them out here and wrote them here, but they weren't on when I checked. Some paint cracks in the side skirts on both sides, paint cracks on the front bumper and the rear bumper, but the whole body is perfect. Otherwise, no scratches, no dents on the body at all. So pretty amazing. So let's see the body now. I'll do once a round of the vehicle. And want to apologize for it being wet today. It's actually snowing, which is really weird in Yokohama. Typically we would stay away from the rain because the rain gets in the lens, as you can see right here. And there now. Oh my gosh. And we like to look at the vehicles without the body being wet, because then it's harder to see all of the dents, scratches, damage, that sort of thing. But sometimes you just have to, when it's going to rain, you can't force the weather to do what it wants to do. Or it will do what it wants to do no matter what. Anyways, more about the car. The CL class, this version, is one of my favorite looking Mercedes-Benz cars. I think they got the proportions just right. I don't really like any of the other looks of the Mercedes of this generation, but this one really stands out, I think. It just has great proportions. It's a large style coupe. It has 4 windows, even though it's only a 2-door. And the window section from front to back is super large. So when you roll down all the windows and you have no B-pillar there, you have this giant section of open window. It makes it feel really special inside. Okay, so let's look at Lorniser bits. Of course, you have the 19-inch wheels. Those are stock. And look at this. 8-piston Brembo brakes in there. Not mentioned on the auction sheet. Bonus win. And large style discs in there. Super big. You have the standard brakes on the back. Here's 19-inch wheels. 245s in the front, 275s in the back. Perfect for your 360-ish horsepower. Okay, so obviously you can see the fender vents and the widened fenders here. And that is really common on aftermarket body kits, but I believe that Lorniser was the first company to really popularize those. Fins in the side skirts, left and right. Roof spoiler here. And deck lid spoiler. Subtle, which is kind of funny because the whole body kit on this car is anything but subtle. Really good looking taillights. Lorniser exhaust. So it says so on the top. Powered by Lorniser. But actually really powered by Mercedes-Benz and possibly tuned by Lorniser, but I don't know. Look at the way the rear tire fits in there. It's very nice. The meat sticks out there. Very cool. And so perfect body. Looks great in white. Has the sunroof. The gorgeous looks of the CL class Mercedes. Very good looking car. Okay, so in terms of the body, let's see the damage. There is minor paint cracks on the front bumper. Where are they again? Well, there are 2 rock chips right here, and then there is a paint crack down here, but I can't seem to find it right now, so I'm going to skip on it. Side skirts damage right there, and the other side skirt damage in the same basic area on the rear, I think. There you go, see the paint cracks in there. Okay, let's have a peek in the trunk. And the doors are double hinge doors, and so they kind of pull out away from the fender. See how that is? Exact same way as the SC class Lexus, or the Soarer as it's called here. Real wood in the doors, looks good. And then you get different buttons here for the Lorniser version, so kind of cool. Has a little machine in here so that you can take off your speed limiter. Show you more interior stuff later. So look at this. So it has a, I think, 10-inch sub with giant magnets in it, and so probably a very high-end sub in there. It has crossovers here. It has this one here, so you can set all your controls as an EQ and other things like your gain, your output, your balance, that sort of thing. You can really get down to the nitty-gritty of all of the different things. Here's 4-channel amp. That would be for your speakers, I guess. I can't speak right. 2-channel amp, so maybe that's bridged for your sub. And what's this one? I don't know, but it is made in Germany, so that's cool. Anyways, it has these boards that are put in, car sound chinois, but they don't really line up that well because, pardon me, the battery is behind this one and the battery was dead, and that's why, like, I shot the entire report with the vehicle running because I didn't want to pull that out in order to get to the battery. I lined it up the best I could in 3 seconds, but if I have 5 seconds I could probably do a better job of that. But kind of cool to have all of this stuff. If you don't want it in the car, then you can sell that. And it's pretty funny because the value of these cars is once they're cleaned up, ready for sale. They're a good car. They are cars that you want to be careful of getting a good one, and that's why getting ones from Japan is probably a good idea. Anyways, Lorniser steering wheel and headrests. And scuff plate here. It says Lorniser. It is wet, so it's hard to see. Seats are super adjustable. Steering wheel is adjustable. Tilt, power tilt and sliding. You see ABC light is on there. And the SRS lamp. Lorniser. They don't let you forget, do they? Okay, smells nice in here. It looks like it has been smoked in because the cigarette lighter has been used, but it doesn't smell bad. Okay, LEDs up here. Pardon me, I'm sniffly. Get into the back by pulling this, and then the electronic motor pulls the seat forward for you. Pretty nice back seats. Condition is excellent. You have a little bread box in there. The rear shade won't go down. Okay. Power steering's good, shifting's good. I did take it for a drive, but when the roads are wet like this, and you have 275s on the back and 365 horsepower, it's you need to be careful with that gas pedal. See the aftermarket rear bumper? I didn't point that out. And I'll go around to the front, but that's basically going to be the end of the walk around here. And so hope you enjoyed this one. It is kind of a special vehicle. We've never sold one of these before, but I have seen them on the streets here in Japan. I think they were really common in the early 2000s when they were new cars. I believe that the Lorniser adds an extra $20,000 or $30,000 onto the original price of these vehicles when they were new. And so pretty cool little bit of kit on this one. Fast, good looks, comfortable car. Thanks for watching, and if you have any questions, post them in the comments section. Also check out our website. There's a link to that in the description on this video. Thanks a lot for watching, and have a nice day.